I had a fantastic day yesterday when Dad and I sat down and watched the final day of the Australian Scale Aerobatic Association Nationals at the Pendarks Burleigh Field. Competitors from all around the country really appreciated the facilities that have been built up over decades at this club, and there was just some fantastic flying and such a professionally run event. If you can just look at the shirts that people are wearing and the quality of the aircraft, all of the equipment, and then there was just the other bits and pieces that make such a great event. Not tying up club members cooking food I think was a great idea, and it was really good to be able to get a decent coffee. Of course, pizzas were the order on the Friday night, and then on Saturday we had a full-on sit-down dinner and some very moving speeches by Rick Gell and Steve Richardson, who were invited to come along for the 20th anniversary, because those were two of the main chaps that started up this whole special interest group. I got to meet Michael Hobson, Vice President of the MAAA, who flies actively in Scale Aeros. Also, I got to meet Rick Gell. I've never met Rick before, but he is Boomer RC or Advanced Radio, and they make some pretty clever gear that's done. Well, an Australian company exporting all over the world, and it was great to catch up with Richo again. And it was a bit of a Futaba versus JR theme going on all day, all weekend actually. Now, I made sure Futaba got pole position with its banners and stuff, but when it was all said and done, JR took away the main prize, which was winning the unlimited category. You'll be able to see who did what and where and scoring all that sort of stuff on the ASAA website or the Facebook page. There were 3 days of fantastic flying, particularly on the Saturday. The wind was so strong, but beautifully presented aircraft, and that whole event was very professionally run. It's been a long time coming to see something of this calibre at this field, and thanks to the president of the club, Keith Quigg, for having the balls to ram that through a rather ambivalent committee. So it's been a long time coming, and thanks, mate. There's a lot of people that are willing you on. How competition events benefit club members is this is where the gear gets sorted out. You can talk to manufacturers' reps or pilots that are using the gear, and little problems, anything like that, it soon gets sorted out back at manufacturing level. That's what competition does. And thanks to the ASAA, because I think it's put $2,000 into the club coffers for the use of the field, so that was another a bonus for us, and we can perhaps use that money to do some further improvements. One thing you did not want to miss was the freestyle, and that was the highlight of the weekend for me, sitting down with my father, watching those young guys with incredible skills and reflexes putting amazing loads on their aeroplanes to music. It was brilliant. And hats off to Mark Sills too. Bit of a talent there, just ad-libbing on the microphone. It was particularly funny when his son Riley was flying. He did an absolutely fantastic routine. The judge's decision was different than mine, but I thought Riley's really was the best. One thing Dad commented on was great to see how many families and women were at the event, which harks me right back to years ago when Dad proposed at the Lillierdale Club to put up a clubhouse, and it was voted down by all these old blokes that just didn't want their wives to come. And that's pretty much what my old Fockers thing's about, is just trying to drag people into this century. Fantastic weekend, great trophies, excellent sponsorship thanks to all the sponsors. You'll see them on the ASAA website. JR might have won today, but it looks like Futaba had the last word. Enjoy the trip back to Queensland, Richo.